So a real pivotal fight for Tommy Morrison here. Not so much pivotal, but it's one that he really needs to keep headed in an upward direction. Kimmuel Odum is just about at the point where there are no tomorrows. Let's get to it, and here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Top Rank Incorporated, in association with the undisputed, undefeated king of beer, Budweiser, presents the featured bout of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the Connecticut Office of Consumer Protection, Gloria Schaefer, Commissioner, and supervised by the Athletic Division, John Burns, Executive Director. The three judges scoring this bout on a 10-point must system: Robert Moravnik, Glenn Feldman, and Steve Epstein. Physicians at ringside, Dr. James O'Brien and Dr. Michael Schwartz. The timekeepers, Lee Meadow and Lou Dell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Foxwood High Stakes Bingo and Casino, located at the Mashantucket Pequot Native American Reservation here in Connecticut, let's get ready to rumble! 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. The referee for this bout is Matt Mulaney. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the solid black trunks, weighing 245½ pounds, from Gary, Indiana. His professional record, 13-8, and 11 of those 13 victories are by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, Kimmuel K.O. Odum. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, his opponent, wearing the black trunks with stars and stripes trim, weighing 221 pounds, from Kansas City. He brings a professional record of 30 victories with 26 KOs against only 1 defeat. Introducing Tommy, the Duke Morrison.
Okay, gentlemen, you're boxing by the rules of the state of Connecticut. Chief second over here, chief second over here. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. You only be saved by the bell in the last round. Keep your punches up, break on my commands. Good luck.
Okay.
So what do you suppose John Wayne, the real Duke, would say if he thought that his nephew had a ponytail?
Oh, I guess he wouldn't be too happy there, would he, Pilgrim?
Very good. Opened the door for that, didn't I?
That was Edward G. Robinson I did, too.
That was excellent. Very good. Okay, first round. And welcome back to Star Search.
Where's Ed McMahon when I need him? Here's the knockout ratio, and you can see Tommy Morrison, a much bigger ratio, and he is a knockout artist, let's be honest. I mean, he can punch. That's never been in question.
You can almost hear the power of Tommy Morrison's punches. He's a heavy-handed puncher, there's no question about it.
Now, we saw Kimmuel Odum against Ray Mercer, a man, of course, that Morrison was intimately familiar with, a little too familiar with. And what Odum was able to do against him was stay out of the range of the right hand that Mercer had. Now, Morrison, most of his power emanates from the left hook. We'll see if that weapon is going to land against Odum.
Morrison working the jab and then a good left hand to the body, and Odum covers up.
For Tommy Morrison, of course, the work has been primarily on defense. They want to improve that as much as they can. They know he has the power. They want him to be loose in the ring. They felt he was too stiff against Ray Mercer ultimately, and that's why after he dealt out a lot of punishment to Mercer, he was ultimately knocked out. Morrison's keeping his hands pretty low right now. This can Odum take advantage? Well, he does. He lands a good right hand.
Odum kept Morrison off of him that time. Morrison is just so much stronger, and I think that's the thing that Odum really has to be careful of.
Odum has fought a who's who of the heavyweights in the last couple of years, but has lost. He lost to Tony Tucker, knocked out in 2. Lost to Carl Williams, a decision in 10. Lost to Bone Crusher Smith, knocked out in 3. Lost to Pierre Cocha. Lost to Razor Ruddock. Lost to Ray Mercer. But before that, had only lost twice before in his career, once to Milton Bowen and once to Oliver McCall, while winning a series of fights.
And Oliver McCall was in his very first fight as a professional. And we have seen Oliver McCall on occasion jump up and be a pretty good fighter.
Yeah, so there was a point where Kimmuel Odum, when he fought Mercer, when we had him, there was still the thinking that Kimmuel Odum was a guy that could make some kind of waves in the heavyweight division. Then he became an opponent, fighting very good heavyweights, but losing.
Good shot there, and that hurt Odum.
if you were going to get Odum out, I think you're going to do it more with the left hook than the right hand. He has an ability to elude the right hand. That's what bedeviled Ray Mercer, even though he certainly won the fight against Odum. This is a heavier Odum than we saw against Mercer.
That's what he said, 20 pounds heavier than his last fight. Incidentally, in his last fight, Tony Tucker broke Odum's nose. That was only a couple of months ago. We asked him if a nose will heal that quickly, and he said, oh yeah, no problem.
Kimmuel Odum able to land off the ropes a little bit, but that's not as hard as this. Left hook by Morrison, an excellent one.
Yeah, interesting, just in terms of numbers, things are very even in that first round, and yet I don't think you can argue but that Tommy Morrison won the round.
Yeah, there are the even numbers. Morrison outlanded 10-5 Odum in power punches. And the big news flash is, I promise I won't do any more impressions tonight.
That was really good. I was impressed.
Thank you. Not exactly the hardest impression to do. I'll let Jolson go for another night, I think. Yeah. There's more. He's kind of anxious to land that left hook. Well, he hit Wimpy Halstead with a left hook that just one shot sent Halstead down. That was pretty much the end of the fight.
And he said Halstead, he knew that Halstead would make a mistake sooner or later and be there to be hit. And so was Tommy Morrison.
Big right hand by Morrison. Well, I keep talking about his left having power, but there is power in the right, too.
Odum has thrown almost all his punches off his heels.
You know what's bad, though, so far for Morrison? And I know he's not going to like this when he sees the tape. Odum is able to land more counter punches as he's coming in. Now, part of it may be Morrison's thinking, well, he's not hurting me. Because part of the reason to get more rounds and get this bout in is so you can improve your skills, which Morrison has really been working on.
Huge left hook right there. And the other thing that Tommy Morrison has to think about is he's got some swelling and, in fact, has a little cut under his left eye on the cheek. And there's another big left hand that staggers Odum.
But Odum's landing right hand. And again, this is something that they really didn't want to have happen.
Yeah, what I was going to say, just to finish that thought, is I don't think that the cut or the swelling is any kind of a problem for Tommy Morrison tonight, but just the fact that he could be busted up has to be of some concern. Ray Mercer busted him up.
Yeah, after he had hurt Mercer badly. Now, I cling to the contention, had it been any other heavyweight in front of him practically in the world, the punches Morrison landed would have knocked him out. Mercer just didn't go, but still, you may not knock other guys out with those shots.
So there's some very loose ropes on the side of the ring that the fighters are at right now, too.
I'd hate to be the judge on that side.
Yeah, huge left hand. That buckled the knee is also a Odum. This isn't going to go far, I promise. Right hand.
You know what Tommy Morrison has that gets overlooked sometimes? Quickness in his hands. He throws those punches fast. I'm not exactly sure.
Boy, I want to tell you, that's the way you draw it up. I mean, that just caved Kimmuel Odum in.
Well, next up on the docket, we might as well talk about it. He's going to fight Art Tucker, then he's going to fight Joe Hip. More representative and tougher guys than Kimmuel Odum. And we'll see if they will go down for the shots. But give Tommy Morrison credit. While defensively, maybe it's not as good as he'd like it, he's throwing those shots quickly and powerfully.
He's strong. I mean, I don't think anybody's ever questioned Tommy Morrison's strength. I don't think Ray Mercer would question Tommy Morrison's strength.
No.
I think Tommy Morrison would question Ray Mercer's chin.
With more punches to the body. Okay, get on. I want to see more. Put your stuff on there. Okay. Use your 7. A little more. Use your 7. Come back with the right hand to the body. Then look for the hook, okay? Beautiful. Working on it. That's what we got. We got 7 to 8. It's that, but finish.
Well, talking about left hooks, look how quickly, even in slow motion, this punch comes. And that's where Tommy Morrison makes himself, in my opinion, an excellent fighter. It's short, it's compact, and it's quick. He has good technique. Tommy Morrison's technique on offense is good. That's a very good left hook.
I'll say.
You know what his left hook looks like to me? And his left hook's very similar to Vander Holyfield. Holyfield throws a very compact left hook. Morrison's probably is more powerful. Then Holyfield has other attributes Tommy doesn't have.
In the second round, Tommy Morrison, 56%, but Odum is really there for him.
And you can see, though, Odum landing almost 40%. They aren't going to like that when they see those numbers. They want body work from Morrison here. Go to the body and then come up there.
That's an uppercut by Odum.
He's landing shots. And he's been hurt by what Morrison has thrown. But you can see he's counting. Oh, my.
Just a classic counter left. Came behind an uppercut that actually, I believe, got there from Odum.
The doctor's standing up on the side of the ring. They're not going to stop it, are they, right now? No. No way.
Saw the doctor standing up. The doctor can stop the fight.
Yeah, but you got to give Kimmuel Odum a chance. He's been knocked down twice, but his eyes were clear, and he's landing punches. Give the man an opportunity. That's why you have 3 knockdowns.
Odum just has no leverage on his punches, throwing everything from a leaning backward position. I mentioned earlier, off his heels, which indicates that he's got a great respect for Morrison's power, as well he should. This time it probably is well stopped.
Now it is well stopped.
I don't think anybody's going to question the power of Tommy Morrison.
And the thing that they have to like about what Morrison did in this bout was, I think, the combinations he threw, which were fairly good, the speed with which he punched. And that's, of course, what everyone always used to talk about with Tyson, the fact that he would throw those punches. And you did so many Tyson fights, and I know you've talked about this many times. The speed with which those punches come at you. And, you know, we're not going to say that Kimmuel Odum is some top heavyweight. Let's face it, he's kept losing to the top heavyweight. But now he's lost to Tommy Morrison, who would like to consider himself a top heavyweight, and probably is. Now, the uppercut, Odum, see, that's smart boxing, though. Odum throws the right uppercut, and Morrison immediately comes with the hook over it. That's good fundamental boxing by Morrison. It's not some lucky punch. There it is. And he did it again, didn't he? That's the second replay. For a second, I thought it was still the other one, Barry, because it was an uppercut by Odum. He didn't learn his lesson. Morrison landed the hook.
And I'd be willing to bet you that broke the nose of Odum again. You can just tell when a fighter is in pain. Watch the right hand.
And I think that's why he didn't complain.
Exactly.
Yes, yes, yes. That's exactly, I think you're exactly right.
Put 2 aspirin in your nose and go to bed.
Was this a power fight? Only 20 of 106 connects in this fight were jabs.
All right, let's get the official word now from Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Matt Mullaney has to step in and stop the bout. At 1 minute and 50 seconds of round number 3, the winner by TKO victory. That's knockout number 27, victory number 31 for Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Well, Tommy Morrison is an impressive winner, and he will take that next step toward a hoped-for title shot come the 1st of 1993. Back to talk with him here in Ledyard, Connecticut, right after this. ESPN this coming Saturday. Right now, let's get up to the center of the ring. Tommy Morrison is a winner again tonight, and he's with Al Bernstein. Al?
Well, thank you, Barry. Tommy Morrison is a winner tonight. A couple of interesting things about this fight. The foremost, of course, is that you whacked him out with some of the quickest punches probably you've ever thrown. You had to be happy with your hand speed tonight.
Very much so. We've been working on a lot of things. The main thing is staying busy on the inside. And we felt that things came together really well for us tonight. There was a couple of things that we were fortunate enough to work with Odum before, so we kind of knew what to expect. And he did back exactly what we thought he would do, and we have to come out on top tonight.
All right, on a slightly negative note, and I mean slightly, you only outpunched him by 12 punches, and he was able to land some counter punches against you. Did that disturb you at all, Tommy?
No, not at all. I think we came out starting. I'm learning just how to relax at this point. And when you get in with people that are as defensive as him, it's really hard to to take care of guys like that. But one thing that we started out a little calm, a little more slow pace, and we're learning to pick it up each and every fight. And we're looking forward to fighting May 14th.
And boy, when he threw that uppercut, you were ready with the left hook, weren't you? Let me ask you this. Next up, I believe, is Art Tucker.
That's true.
What do you feel about him? He's a tall opponent.
Well, Tucker's a very dangerous fighter, as everyone knows. He's got a great right hand, and he's someone that I think him too stepping up another level with Art Tucker, and he's a very dangerous fighter and someone that we're certainly not going to take lightly. And we're looking forward to the 27th also.
I'll tell you what, great power tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
All right, Tommy Morrison shows us again something that we absolutely have no doubt about. He has as much power as you would want. We've got middleweight action coming up for you. Barberso and Carriero. Stay with us.